Welcome, wrestling fans.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 254 pounds, born as
Back with another exciting episode of UWF Wrestling here on the Nation Network. Boris Zukov heading down to the ring. This is Fury Hour. Tremendous action coming your way tonight. We're going to see Bam Bam Bigelow in action later on tonight, going up against the man who almost dethroned him as champion, if not for the dastardly effects of the injuries suffered at the hands of Bam Bam Bigelow. Of course, we're talking about the Wild Thing, Stevie Ray.
Yes, Wild Thing Stevie Ray, he got screwed over, but that's all right. Tonight he has an opportunity to get even, and I've got a feeling he's going to make the most of that opportunity.
weighing in at 235 pounds, Jimmy Snuka.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka will be getting in the ring with Boris Zukov in our opening contest. We're also going to see the tag team champions in action later on tonight. The Magnificent Morocco, along with Cowboy Bob Orton, taking the tag team titles away from the Killer Bees in what many people feel was an upset.
Well, you always have to talk about how they got things done, and they're a little underhanded, those two guys, but end of the day, the referee's decision is final, and they are the new UWF Tag Team Champions. How long? We'll have to wait and see.
Bell sounds, action's underway as these two men meet in the middle of the ring. The match is official, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fury Hour. Superfly Jimmy Snuka, of course, one of the top talents in the history of professional wrestling. He has been in there with the who's who of professional wrestling. He has literally wrestled on every continent in the world. Always been, always will be considered a top performer. And now part of the UWF.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka, obviously he's one of the greatest talents of all time. Man, never to be a world champion. That might change here in the UWF for all we know.
Zukov right now going to work on the Superfly, raking the back of Jimmy Snuka.
One thing we'll say about Zukov, he's got the biggest cranium of anybody I've ever seen. He's like a living bobblehead.
You would think that would make a pretty big target.
It's a can't miss.
Snuka backed into the corner once again, and back elbow gets him out of trouble. And one more time, they will tie it up in the middle of the ring. It's been a feeling out process early on here between these two.
I guarantee it's not the first time these two have been in the ring together, but it may be the first time in a while.
Savate kick right there, and Superfly Jimmy Snuka, what's he got in mind here? Over the top rope, out to the floor goes Boris Zukov. Flying drop kick now by the Superfly. And now Jimmy Snuka going all the way to the top rope and landing with a back elbow across the back of Boris Zukov.
Well, Snuka's back in the ring right now, and he's waiting for an opportunity. He's going to break the count. He doesn't want a count out.
Tremendous clothesline right there, and Zukov down one more time. Nice move right there by Snuka, stepping up on the back of his opponent.
The native of Fiji, and he is a man of many moves.
Zukov going to have to get himself back in the ring in the next 2 seconds, or this match will be all over. And just barely beats the count. Zukov with that Russian sickle taking down Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Well, the big Russian now starting to get a little bit of the upper hand in the match for the first time, bringing Snuka over to the ropes. What's he got in mind? Drops him throat first across the top rope, and Jimmy Snuka's in trouble. Here's a count. And kicks out on a count of one, and Zukov seems a little bit miffed by that.
Well, if Zukov thinks he's going to put Snuka down with one move, he better think again. He's going to have to come up with a whole series of moves, and he's going to have to do them a whole lot better than that.
Zukov waiting on Snuka to return to his feet, and once he does, he starts unloading with the heavy right hands. Snuka down in the corner. Zukov comes charging him, knee right to the chin, and Snuka might be out after that. Atomic knee drop, and now the momentum completely behind Boris Zukov.
Well, that's the thing about professional wrestling. One or two moves, and all of a sudden, the whole complexion of the match has changed. And now Snuka going to try and turn it back his direction if he can.
Here's the Irish whip to the ropes. Back out front, drop down by Zukov. The big Russian now with a back body drop, and Snuka goes down. He's got him up in a backbreaker. Superfly Jimmy Snuka, will he submit to this move? It is an extremely painful maneuver.
As the old saying goes, the human body wasn't meant to bend in that direction.
And now Zukov going for the big Russian bear hug. Snuka managing to get out of that.
Yeah, he might have had to break a rule or two to do it, but hey, it's survival of the fittest here, baby. This is the UWF.
And now into the steel ring post. Superfly Jimmy Snuka struck that one hard. Elbow drop by the big Russian, and now Zukov is in complete control of this match and perhaps getting ready to put together a big victory here on the UWF.
When we talk about the heavyweight championship, both of these guys would love a crack at that title, and winning matches like this is mandatory if you're going to do that.
Zukov now going to work on the leg of the Superfly here on the ringside floor. Snuka kicks him off, and now look out. Jimmy Snuka starting to feel it. Headbutt. We mentioned it earlier, hard to miss that target, and Snuka did not.
Big chop to the top of the head as well, and again, the bullseye on Zukov will always be that cranium of his.
Snuka beating the count back in for 5, and now goes for a cover. Thinks he might have done enough damage, but clearly not yet. Went for the chop and missed, and now Zukov going to make Snuka pay. Oh, look at that. Talk about a chop right to the throat. That's illegal, but the referee, of course, did not see it.
Well, whether you like Zukov or not, you have to admit, he uses things in his possession to his advantage. He did a good job of shielding the referee from that move so that he wouldn't know what happened. He might suspect it, but if he doesn't see it, he can't call it.
And now the Russian bear hug is on him. Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Can he get out of this one?
He's awfully close to the ropes. If he just reaches out, he can get there and break the hold.
And instead, he rings the bell. The double clap right there across the ears. That'll give you a pop. And now Superfly Jimmy Snuka, what's he got going here? There's a scoop slam, perhaps, indeed. Running power slam, and the big Russian driven into the canvas. Snuka has him up, couldn't hold him. Boris Zukov has him again up in the backbreaker, and Jimmy Snuka. Will he survive again?
Well, he did somehow, but I'm not so sure how he pulled it off.
Zukov right now is in control of the match, and he knows it. Going in, another bear hug, and I gotta believe this is gonna be it. How many times can you take the restriction of air to the body? And the answer is no more. Fans, we are having some technical difficulties. We'll be working on those momentarily.
Here is your winner,
We apologize for the technical difficulties. Hopefully they're all worked out now. Boris Zukov with the bear hug getting a submission victory over Superfly Jimmy Snuka to kick us off here. We'll be back with the next match in just a moment. This is the UWF Fury Hour.
Welcome to the Nation Network, your home for all things pro wrestling. From classic video games to the latest releases, we dive deep into wrestling past and present. Step into the ring with Legends Mania, where dream matches come alive as legends clash with today's top stars. Join the conversation on Wrestle Chat, our podcast breaking down the biggest stories and hottest events in wrestling today.
Leave an island unto my own.
And don't miss the voice of Ultra Pro Wrestling, Vince McShannon, right here on the Nation Network. This is the place where wrestling lives, breathes, and never sleeps. Hit subscribe and let's run wild together.
All right, fans, we are back once again, and here are the new UWF Tag Team Champions, Cowboy Bob Orton and Don Morocco.
At a combined weight of 510 pounds, Ace Cowboy Bob Orton and Magnificent Don Morocco.
Recently taking those tag team titles away from the Killer Bees, Brunzell and Blair, who will be coming out here in just a moment for a return match. The titles are not on the line here tonight. However, there will be a return match in the very near future.
Combined weight of 470 pounds, B. Ryan Glenn and Jim Bruce.
As we take a look at the Killer Bees. Blair and Brunzell have made it clear they're going to take those tag team titles back.
Well, we know that when it comes to these two guys, that they're current tag team champions, Don Morocco, Cowboy Bob Orton. I might not be fans of them personally, but it is what it is. We know they like to cheat. We know Orton uses that cast all the time. I've been looking into how legitimate that injury is and whether or not that cast needs to be gone from the UWF. He's had that cast on there for so long. I don't even remember who was in power in the administration at that time.
Seems like it goes all the way back to the Nixon administration at this point in time. It has been a long ways.
That is the slowest healing injury in the history of modern medicine.
Morocco in there now going after Brunzell, attacking the leg. And now Morocco going to the top rope. That's not something we're used to seeing out of the Magnificent One. Drives an elbow. Morocco weighing in at about 255 pounds, and all of that driving right into the heart of jumping Jim Brunzell. Brings him back into the ring the hard way as they tie up once again. Here's the Irish whip to the rope. No, into the corner he goes, and now Brunzell fighting his way out of enemy territory.
Smart move right there by Brunzell. Last thing you want to do is get caught up in that corner.
Back body drop by jumping Jim Brunzell. When it comes to tag team wrestling, the formula has always been the same. Cut the ring in half, keep your opponent in your half of the ring, and keep frequent tags. We see now the first tag made by the former champions in this match. The tag count might come into play later on tonight. Brunzell, or I beg your pardon, B. Brian Blair, now the legal man in there going to work on the Magnificent Morocco, dropping him in the corner, in the back of his head, striking the bottom turnbuckle.
Morocco with a lunge, and a tag is made. And that was exactly what we talked about moments ago. And I would dare say the tag team champions, at least at the moment, have the tag count in their favor.
German suplex by B. Brian Blair. And Bob Orton is down, and he's in trouble right now. Blair wants him back on his feet. He's on the apron. What's he got in mind here? Slingshots himself back in the ring from behind. Has Orton up on the shoulders and drops him straight back. Action takes place now in the corner. Brunzell is up there. I beg your pardon, B. Brian Blair is up there. He got caught, though, by Cowboy Bob Orton.
Well, it's really easy to confuse these two guys because they do look so much alike with the matching attire, similar styles, and imagine if they put those masks on that we've seen in the past.
Indeed, they refer to that as masked confusion, and it has worked like a charm, turning the tables on their opposition. We talk about people liking to go out there and cheat their way to victory. Lunging tag is made, and now Morocco coming back in. Big forearm shot. Irish whip to the ropes, back out front. What just happened there?
Too many bees in the building, it appeared, and Morocco couldn't make up his mind on which one.
Nice move right there by the Magnificent One. A lot of the fans around here refer to him as a beach bum. He hates it when you do that, so please, fans, if you're in attendance, Morocco has him up. There's that corkscrew pile driver. We've seen him use that move in the past to score a victory. Save made by B. Brian Blair.
That's not his number one move, though. If he can hit with that Hawaiian hammer, and he's got him up for it, that's it. The Hawaiian hammer, and it's all over.
Right in the center of the ring, the tag team champions going to score another big win over the former champions. And you almost have to wonder if that would perhaps disqualify them from a return match for the titles.
Well, it's not going to disqualify them. Every champion has it in their contract that you get a title return match. And how much do you think that the Killer Bees might have learned from this one? How much better will they be next time out? Hard to say. We don't know. But that's why you have those matches.
Right there, we take a look at Morocco, the Hawaiian hammer, and boy, does that move do the damage.
Here are your winners, Ace Cowboy Bob Orton and Magnificent
Tag team champions with a big win. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
He's American man.
Wrestling fans, make sure you join us on Saturday mornings right here for Saturday Morning Superstars of Wrestling. All of the greats from the past will be right here on Saturday mornings here on the Nation Network. Names like Rowdy Roddy Piper, Bruno Sammartino, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Magnificent Morocco, and many, many more. All the action right here on the Nation Network Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you gonna do when the legends of wrestling run wild on you? Fans, we are back for more of the UWF Fury Hour here on the Nation Network, and we take a look at the reigning heavyweight champion of the world, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Making his way to the ring from Asbury Park, New Jersey,
Well, this is a match that we had expected to see at the Blackjack Brawl not too long ago. But the Wild Thing, Stevie Ray, was taken out just days before by Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, well, here's an opportunity for the Wild Thing to get out there and to prove that he is a #1 contender for that championship for a reason. And while the title isn't on the line here tonight on Fury Hour, big win right here by Stevie Ray will definitely propel him up there.
Wild Thing Stevie Ray making his way down the aisle. The fans around here love him.
Well, he's definitely very popular with the crowd here in the UWF. I don't know if he's so popular with Bam Bam Bigelow. We'll see what happens. But if anyone's capable of knocking Bigelow off that throne, I think we're looking at him. Stevie Ray could be the guy.
Well, he along with Sonny Beach have formed a tag team as well as of late called Wet and Wild, and there's a chance that they will be setting their sights on the tag team titles in the near future. But right now, Wild Thing Stevie Ray has made it clear that he wants to go after the heavyweight champion Bam Bam Bigelow, and Bam Bam Bigelow going after him very quickly as this match gets underway. Bigelow has him, and look at this. He's going to press him overhead and drops him straight down to the mat. Bam Bam Bigelow, the beast from the East, showing why he is the champion.
Well, one thing about Bigelow, there's no wasted time, no wasted effort. He just comes right out the gate, and look what he's doing early on.
Well, Stevie Ray's going to have to figure something out here because Bam Bam Bigelow not wasting time, not paid by the hour, and it looks to be a short night. Very agile for a big man as Bigelow turns around and got caught, and the Wild Thing Stevie Ray finally getting some offense in. Let's see if he can build on this momentary lapse of judgment, I would call it, by Bam Bam Bigelow, the champion, perhaps knowing that the title not on the line, doing things that he wouldn't normally do. Wild Thing bouncing off the ropes, cross the ring with a drop kick, finding the mark. Once again, we are having technical difficulties. Don't know the reason, fans. We apologize for that. For once, it's not 2K related.
No, just Windows.
We should mention this marks the first time we have ever, although it wouldn't have anything to do with it, so never mind. Off the top rope, what a move right there by the Wild Thing Stevie Ray. Power slam off the ropes. Bam Bam Bigelow just driving him almost through the mat. And again, Bigelow pressing him overhead and driving him down. Look at it, using the ropes
Well, Bam Bam Bigelow right now is showing why he is the heavyweight champion of the world.
Stevie Ray had some great offense in here, and it wasn't enough to keep the champion down. Back elbow really finding the mark. And now Bigelow from the ropes comes up. Big splash, down he goes. Will that be enough to get the victory? 2.5. Oh, rake of the eyes. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, well, Bigelow, that's what I'm talking about with him. It's not bad enough that he's getting an upper hand on the guy, that he's beating him down.
Nice savant kick right upside the head there with that enziguri. And now Bigelow again in control of this matchup. Has him up. Drives him. And Bigelow, what's he going to do now? Going up to the top rope. We've seen this before. Is this going to be the ending? Goes for the headbutt, and Stevie Ray moves out of the way just in the nick of time. Leapfrog. Bigelow got caught with a back elbow. Stevie Ray, the Wild Thing, going for the cover. And Bigelow gets a shoulder off the canvas on a count of 1. Oh, runs right into the elbow, and Bam Bam Bigelow driving him head first into the mat. From the top rope again, went for the elbow, and that's the second time he's tried the high risk, and it has not paid off. And there's a spear. The Wild Thing with a spear on Bam Bam Bigelow, but he still can't keep the big man's shoulders down.
Wild Thing Stevie Ray doing a great job of bouncing back after taking all kinds of punishment.
That roundhouse right to the head of Bam Bam Bigelow, and now top mount. Look at this. He's going to work on the champion and has busted him open. Bigelow is bleeding. Wild Thing Stevie Ray on the apron. He can feel a victory. And Bigelow caught him in mid-flight and brings him to a crash landing. Power bomb. And now Bam Bam, what's he got in mind here? From the top rope, one more time, he's going to try it. There's the elbow, and this time it connects. Goes for the cover. Oh, look, what, are you kidding me?
Oh, Bigelow had him beat, I'm sure of that. Could have put him away there, decided not to. Instead, there's a splash.
He's making him pay. He drew first blood, and now Bam Bam Bigelow going to make him pay for it. Greetings from Asbury Park. And the champion about to put this one away. There's the victory for Bam Bam Bigelow, and a big victory indeed. The champion. Wait a moment, look who's here. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Here at Cracker Barrel, we value diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's why we are going one step further to ruin our brand. We are investing millions of dollars into replacing all of brown pegs in the peg game to bright, colorful pegs. Also, we're changing the rules. The white pegs are not allowed to move or jump anymore, leaving the colored pegs to do whatever they want. We call it Down with the Cracker. It's about being fair in an unfair world. Are you down with the cracker?
All right, fans, we're back with our main event, and this one promises to be every bit as great as the one we just saw.
Weighing in at 274 pounds, Dr. Steve Williams.
Well, Dr. Death Steve Williams out of the great state of Oklahoma here in the UWF, and he is looking for sure to get into a title picture, and what better way than going up against his former tag team partner, Bam Bam Terry Gordy.
Indeed, they were a dominant tag team at one point in time. Gordy making him wait it out here in the middle of the ring. This is Fury Hour, ladies and gentlemen, here live on the Nation Network. And here comes our champion. Bam Bam Terry Gordy. He is the television champion of the UWF.
From Bad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 289 pounds, the Universal Wrestling Champion, Terry Gordy.
Well, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, one of the founding members of the fabulous Freebirds. There have been a couple of incarnations of that organization over the years, but when you think about them, you think about this man for sure.
No doubt about it. Legendary rock band Kiss also has gone through a change of talent, but there's always been the original four that are considered the main group. Same thing said for the fabulous Freebirds. He's always going to be the founding member from Bad Street.
And he'll be the first one to tell you that they live on the last house on the block, and you have to make it all the way down there to get to the Freebirds if you can.
Well, the crowd not too impressed by the reigning UWF television champion, and that title, surprisingly, not on the line here tonight.
Well, Bam Bam Terry Gordy recently taking that title away from Dr. Death Steve Williams at the Blackjack Brawl. Steve knows that the title return match is coming up and coming up soon. We'll be in the Penta Hotel next week. And then, of course, we've got the big pay-per-view coming up, Beach Brawl, and you won't want to miss that.
Indeed, fans will have a lot more information regarding Beach Brawl as we get closer. But right now, these two powerhouses mixing it up. Right in the middle of the ring, takedown by Gordy. Shoulders down, Dr. Death Steve Williams easily able to kick out of that. Gordy winds up and driving that elbow right to the forehead of Dr. Death Steve Williams. As they get backed into the ropes again, the referee steps between them. Going for a clean break, but Bam Bam Terry Gordy has other ideas.
Well, both of these guys are more than willing to break the rules, but I would dare say that Bam Bam Terry Gordy probably a little more so. I mean, Doc's no choir boy, don't get me wrong.
Want to welcome everyone joining us live here on the Nation Network. Andrew Roberts in the house. This marks the first ever dual stream here on the Nation Network, giving you, the fans, the opportunity to watch us in landscape mode or vertical, depending on what device you're watching on. Double stop to the midsection, and once again, we are having technical difficulties.
No idea what is causing that. It's never happened before, but we'll have to look into it.
Dr. Death Steve Williams now snapping the neck. Driving the elbow into the knee, and now Bam Bam Terry Gordy. Smart move by Dr. Death Steve Williams to go after one of the legs, but he took too much time letting Gordy get up, and Gordy now taking over control. Steve Williams hammering away on the side of the head of Bam Bam Terry Gordy now.
Dante, that's Steve Williams. This guy's got something to prove after losing the title of Bam Bam.
Well, the UWF is the place to come if you want to see Bam Bam action. We got Bam Bam Bigelow, Bam Bam Terry Gordy.
You know what I want to see?
What's that?
A battle of the Bam Bams.
Well, now that would be a main event anywhere.
Especially if they're both holding the gold at the time.
Gordy winding up, waiting for Dr. Death Steve Williams, and now Doc back up on his feet. And drop across the top rope. Gordy goes for the cover. And only going to get a count of one. Dr. Death Steve Williams has Bam Bam Terry Gordy up, the champion, hanging upside down. You have to be a powerful man to get 300 pounds in the air like that. Free fall suplex after making him think about it.
Yeah, and you know, that's partly psychological, but it also helps you delivering the blow because now the blood is rushing to the head of your opponent. That'll make you a little lightheaded sometimes.
Indeed, a disorienting maneuver. And Dr. Death Steve Williams letting the crowd know that the end is near, at least as far as he's concerned. Belly-to-belly suplex, well done. Hooks the leg. This might be enough for the big win that he's looking for. There's two, and he, oh my, almost had it.
Yeah, and you can see Dr. Death Steve Williams. He's a little shocked as well. He thought it was all over.
Again, after a sit-out powerbomb, gets a count of two. He got the win. Dr. Death Steve Williams just pinned the television champion.
What a major victory that was.
We're going to take a look at the highlights from this one and talk about redemption. Dr. Death Steve Williams came in here knowing he needed a victory over the television champion.
It's going to be real interesting to see what happens when the title's on the line next time.
Well, as if he needed to prove it, Dr. Death Steve Williams went out and did indeed prove that he is worthy of a return match. Deadlifting the weight of Terry Bam Bam Gordy. That in itself is a feat worthy of admiration. Big victory for that man, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on the Nation Network. We'll see you next time for more